got the Losi ProMoto MX out here today. Finally got this thing ready, all hopped up. As you can see, you guys didn't get a running video of me just running it as normal. There's plenty of running videos out there. So what I did is I added every single hop upgrade that I possibly could put on this bike. The only upgrade that I didn't put on here that I did order was the 775 aluminum RPM gold bulkhead. So I'm gonna run it without that for now. I did get a chance to run it with the stock tires that came on it, which these are stock tires as well. However, obviously you can see that we've upgraded into these little hubs here. They can go inside the tire and hopefully keep it running pretty smooth here. So I'm gonna try to get some running with it. Go ahead and fire up the flywheel here. Hopefully I don't get hit with a car. This Sunday in my neighborhood, it gets kind of busy. Something crawling. Alright. Any cars coming? No. I want to play around with the steering knob as well too. Little wheelie action. This thing does drive really good though. It's real smooth, especially on the street. I can see where most people might play with this more on the street than anything else. Woo, that was a close one. I did put, forgot to mention, I put some tension between the little arms that hold you up. Put some tension in between that, and there's a little rubber piece that it bumps up against, and I put a lot of tension in between that, so that way those can't give as much. Because I did notice that it would like to rub the chain guard. And it didn't matter how much you lower those things would flex so much into that rubber. So I put a rubber piece in between it, and what I used is just some a little servo rubber that they give you when you're putting in a new servo. Use those, and you can just wedge it in between there, just unscrew it all the way. It'll be loose enough for you to squeeze it down off in there, and then once you squeeze it off in there, then you can tighten it back up and they'll stay in there. You don't even have to glue it. and it's worked so far. I ended up jumping this thing yesterday a little bit to see how that would work. They'd fall out, and they didn't fall out, so. This thing runs really good though. This little wheelie, it wheelies so good, and wheelie mode is that's the mode. I'll just tell you right now, the mode that I drive the least amount on is probably dirt, and that's because I'm not really driving this thing in dirt, and I feel like that mode's really only good on like a track, maybe not even grass. I wouldn't even recommend that mode on grass. Just going to flip backwards. I mean, you can control it, but if you're looking for the most pleasurable, easy experience, I think street mode is going to give you that, and wheelie mode. So I'm in wheelie mode, just cruising. And then if I want to pop one in, ooh, I can throw it in there. It's all nice. Got the brakes tuned good. I want to see how this bike's going to do running constantly with all these aluminum parts on there. I'm going to turn the thing all the way down and see how much I can turn. I want to turn that all the way down so I can see how much it's giving me. And honestly, I like that. It doesn't have that much turn to it. I can kind of keep those off the ground, just keep going. I like that. It's kind of keeping you from really rolling this thing over on this wheel, and I like that. See, I can really lightens up the sensitivity. So if you adjust it to where it can't, it's going to help you from leaning all the way over it. I think that's perfect. You're not used to driving this. I will say that this is an RC that I see getting a lot of people involved in RC that normally wouldn't go out and get an RC. For one, it's really easy to drive. Two, there's a large amount of hop-ups and upgrades, and three, this thing drives good out of the box. Oh yeah, it just looks so good driving. I mean, this thing's beautiful, guys. This thing's really good. From what I can tell right now, guys, I don't know how long I've really been out here. I'll have to go back and look at the video. But if you're just cruising around, it looks like you get a decent amount of battery life. I mean, it's not bad at all. Oh yeah, this thing just rides clean. I mean, it just rides so good. And once again, I mean, it's pretty smooth too. Granted, we are on the road. Look how smooth that is. You're probably wondering, you know, why didn't you go ahead and add the aluminum bulkhead? But the reason why I didn't add that is because I don't want to start. That's probably the heaviest aluminum part that you probably add on this bike. And to be honest, adding that aluminum front plate that everybody's been adding, of course I added mine as well too. You know, stuff starts breaking, and then you're gonna break that aluminum, and it's gonna move on to the next part that it's connected to. And there's a lot of parts connected to that bulkhead. So, now granted, you could rip through the whole, probably rip something out of that bulkhead because it is tied into that. But if you're just driving it like I'm driving it, I say slap all the upgrade you want to put on there. I don't think you're gonna have any issues. You know, now if you're going out there like some of these guys and trying to jump this thing 10-15 feet in the air, then aluminum upgrades might not be your choice. Maybe like a swing arm, I would say maybe swing arm, and definitely the shock stuff, right? You want to get the aluminum upgrade hops on their shocks to keep those from breaking out when you land. But I'd say that and your pull rod probably your biggest thing there. And then I think triple clamps and aluminum hubs would do pretty well, but then I think outside of that, I probably wouldn't throw any other upgrades on there. I wouldn't even throw the gas tank that I got on mine on there if you're going to be jumping this thing really high. I don't plan on jumping mine that high at all. Well, that's going to be the end of this running video. This is pretty much the end of that. So just wanted to quickly show you. I didn't get a chance to show you, but in the beginning, this is how I ran my bike originally when I was going over the jumps there. You can see that I didn't have some of the aluminum upgrades on there. Just want to get on here and specify that before I do in this first run video. I am going to be putting more content together to run this bike. I've got some other videos that I'm going to be editing so that way I can upload those showing where I have switched out the swing arm. Not going to show me switching it out, but I did switch over to the Losi one. It is lighter in weight to see how well it performs. But other than that, I'll holler at you guys next time.